Crunching numbers on your loans, a new program is saving Missourians money.
A white Halloween, parts of the country hit with an October snowstorm.
And a little something from home. Find out why a local group is saying happy birthday to 1,000 troops in Afghanistan.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on. This is KOMU 8 News at 9 on the CW.
The questions won't stop for Mamtech and Moberly. Good evening, I'm Heather Trumpfeller.
And I'm Lindsay Cooper. The company has been under fire since it missed its loan payment to Moberly earlier this year. Now Missouri House Speaker Stephen Tilley is asking the state auditor to look into the tax credits offered to Mamtech.
Tilley also wants an audit of Moberly, which would have to go through the governor, the Federal Securities and Exchange Commission, state attorney, Randolph County prosecutor, and separate committees in the Missouri House and Senate are already involved in Mamtech investigations. In international news, a deadly reminder from the Taliban that they're not giving up in Afghanistan. They're claiming responsibility for a suicide car bomb that killed 13 Americans when it struck a NATO convoy in Kabul. In a different attack down south, an Afghan service member turned his weapon onto NATO service members, killing 3 Australians as well as their Afghan interpreter. And a third attack left 3 injured after a female suicide bomber hit an Afghan intelligence office. President Obama unveiled new guidelines this week to make it easier for some to refinance their homes. KOMU 8's Amy Fenton shows us how one Columbia homeowner already refinanced under the current provisions and recommends others do it too. The new HARP provisions hope to more than double the number of refinances this year. The program will go into effect December 1st. Air France says about 20% of its flights today are canceled because of a strike by flight attendants. At least 10 long-haul flights had already been canceled. This because unions were encouraging a 5-day strike by cabin crew workers over work conditions and plans to reduce personnel on flights. Those included flights to Los Angeles, New York, Washington, and Atlanta. In a similar situation in Australia, Australia's Qantas Airways had grounded all of its flights around the world indefinitely due to a labor dispute. Qantas is the world's 10th largest airline. The grounding of its entire fleet of 108 aircraft is in effect until an agreement can be reached with unions to end ongoing strikes by Qantas workers. The Australian government says it's looking into the shutdown. We had an absolutely beautiful fall day in mid-Missouri today. But it's looking like a lot of winter in part of the country. Thank you so much. That sounds like a nice Halloween weekend.
Exactly.
That sounds good.
Well, follow along if you know it. It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween. Confused? Well, so is much of the Northeast. They're seeing unseasonably early snowfalls today. Philadelphia got at least 3 inches of snow. More than 1 million homes lost power in the snowstorm. And sure, New England is no stranger to snow, but not before the leaves have finished falling.
And the Aggies call it the 12th man.
See how the extra help still wasn't enough to top off the Tigers. One local animal shelter spent the afternoon celebrating its birthday by raising awareness for pet adoption. Columbia's Second Chance turned 26 years old today and celebrated with games, cake, and some pet grooming. Volunteers at the shelter say every pet has a story and anyone can help out by becoming a foster owner or simply donating their time.
We just like the world to know about it and, like to change the face of rescue in Columbia, Missouri. Hopefully there will be no more homeless animals someday, but until there aren't, we will still be here to help those animals that don't have a voice of their own.
Adonis is one of the dogs currently up for adoption. Adonis was adopted a couple years ago but came back to Columbia Second Chance after his owner was deployed. If you want more information about adoption or volunteering, go to KOMU.com and look for Columbia Second Chance. People looking to save energy got together at the Boone County Fairgrounds today. The Energy Efficiency Expo focused on saving energy and saving money for homes and businesses. Energy experts set up booths to help people better understand how energy works. There was even an energy bike to show how much energy it takes to power a light bulb. Vendors at the expo say you can save more than just energy by flipping the conservation switch.
It saves on your utility bills, which everyone needs right now in this economy. And it also just makes your home more comfortable. So if you've got a drafty old house, we can help turn it into a really comfortable home and make your family more comfortable while they're there at home.
Boone Electric and Columbia Water and Light teamed up for that event. They say the energy tips are just in time for the winter season when those heaters get turned on. James Franklin gave a polite apology to fans after the loss to Oklahoma State.
See how Frank the Tank got nasty in the run game against Texas A&M.
For KOMU News at 9. If you just can't get enough of the news, check out our Twitter, and you can leave a comment there or go to KOMU.com. You can view and leave comments there. And
if you want to tell us what you think, just head over to our Facebook page and leave us a comment.
So it's going to look really nice for Halloween then.
Exactly. For those of you going trick-or-treating, maybe step out tonight. You'll get a good feel for what the temperature will be like. I wonder if Gary Pinkel is going to celebrate with some candy. It was a big win today.
It was a great game.
Well, thanks, guys. Goodbye.
Have a good night.